Sky Squad, we're back in the building. Oh, yes, on this good Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. It's your boy, DJ Richie Skye. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and send me a text message so I can send you an update every time a new video drops. I just alerted the texting community. Listen, today, y'all, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. So we're going to move through everything real nice and quick today. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm going to do a quick recap on that, the highlights, if you will. We're also going to be talking about Joseline coming for Wendy Williams yet again, okay? Then we also got to talk a little bit of Married to Medicine. We're going to recap something that we talked about yesterday at the end of the video, but I kept getting messages about it today, so I wanted to kind of reiterate it, okay? Especially as today is reunion day. Yes, we're going to update you on that. Then we also got to talk about Carlos King's new show. He has just booked SHAMARI Devoe on a brand new show, and I felt like we manifested this, y'all. I felt like we manifested it, and you know we're going to get into the specifics of this new show as it's just right around the corner, okay? BET just released a preview, and I cannot wait, okay? Before we dive into that, make sure you guys let me know where you're watching from in that good chatterization. I want to know where my people are. Let us know. Let us know. We got Mississippi. We got Miami in the place to be. Cali is in the house. Orlando, Florida. We got Detroit, Texas. Chicago, Charlotte, hey, Europe, the Netherlands, Jackson, Mississippi, Durham, North Carolina, Clinton, Maryland. Hey, I see you, Jamaica, DeSoto, Namibia in the building, Alabama, Los Angeles, Keely Williams about to bring it. You know it. You know it. Vegas in the house, Philly, New York, Charleston, Hartford. Hey, who else we got up in this building? Hey, Canada, come on, all black. Yes, indeed. Y'all know black is my favorite thing to wear. I actually been thinking about just simply wearing all black for, I don't know, for the rest of this year. I don't know. You know, I just feel like it's just easy. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky. Who else we got up in here? Minneapolis, Louisiana, Savannah, Georgia, ATL in the building. Georgia in the house, Solomon's Island, Maryland. I see y'all. I see y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all, and joining me in this discussion today. We got a lot to talk about. First things first up on the docket. Who in the place to be saw the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last night? It was the premiere episode of season 11. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is back, and you know what? We got to talk about it, okay? We got to talk about it. Shout out to our people over at Face Reality 16 for this right here, y'all, for this meme right here, because to me, the highlight of last night's episode was witnessing Garcelle silently, classy, effortlessly giving it to Lisa Rinna, watching Lisa Rinna squirm in her pants for the way that she treated that good Denise Richards at the end of last season and the way she treated her friend Garcelle as well, okay? Garcelle just, to me, this was so refreshing. You know, this episode was, they didn't address the panorama quite as much as I felt like some of the other shows did, mostly because they were actually out last year when the panorama hit. So I felt like last night they just dove right into the episode, and I was thankful for it. One of the scenes that happened earlier on was this scene where Lisa had called up Garcelle to ask her to dinner, and they were gonna have a little Ponderosa. And let me tell you something, I just absolutely love the way Garcelle stood up for her friend, asked the right questions, held Lisa's feet to the fire, and didn't let up off the gas. And it don't look like she's letting up off the gas next week either, okay? Because you guys know in the reunion, Kyle Richards had asked her, you know, had talked about her not donating to the charity after she acted like she was gonna donate. And then, you know, in the preview, we get Garcelle saying, listen, would you ask any of the white girls the same thing that you did to me, you know, during the reunion? And quiet as it's kept, we know she wouldn't have, okay? She wouldn't have embarrassed them like that, okay? But in this clip right here, what we see her asking is, we see this question right here. She's asking Lisa Rinna, why couldn't you have been there for Denise? And Lisa Rinna says, I couldn't. Garcelle says, you couldn't or you wouldn't. Which one is it? And I honestly, let me tell you something. I was here for this. I absolutely believe that Garcelle is good for this show. I feel like she is authentic. She is real. I feel like she asks the questions and she states her mind. And I feel like that's what you need on a reality show, especially for someone who lives in LA. Because I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I've lived in LA for a short period of time, and I'm going to tell you that it can be very fake and phony. So Garcelle was giving me very much East Coast last night. And I'm not talking, listen, let me make a distinction. There is a difference between people who grew up in Cali and a difference between people who moved to Hollywood or moved to LA and specifically work in the industry. There's a little bit of fakery that goes on. So to me, I feel like Garcelle gives me that I'm real energy, and I like it. I like it. Okay. The other highlight of the episode, I'm gonna pull it up. And we're just gonna touch on it real quick, and then we're gonna make a move on to the next thing. Was this right here? Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys happen to peep this part of the episode, okay? I don't know if you happen to peep this part. Oh gosh, they was drinking Fireball. My bad. Let me tell you something. I have a hate, I don't even love it. I have a hate relationship with Fireball. Garcelle and Sutton and Cherie was drinking Fireball shots, and it just disgusts me to no end. I cannot. Listen, Fireball to me. Now, I'm sorry, Fireball brand, but that's a recipe for a headache for me. Okay, for me. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So we had Erica last night flaunting her jewels and whatnot, knowing good and doggone well, knowing good and cotton picking well that the people are watching. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, girl, you ain't want to, clearly a lot of this filming has started before the divorce came up in the news and before all these charges was being, thrown around. But I'm like, girl, you ain't want to have them re-edit this a little bit, take that part out. You ain't want to start wearing your costume jewelry, the jewelry from the 99-cent store or from the, from some other place, from the rave. You know what I'm saying? What's them other little stores that they be selling the jewelry in? You know what I'm saying? One of the little kiosks at the mall. You ain't want to get that jewelry if that's not what you wanted to wear. I was like, oh no, Erica, no, this is not a good look for you. This is not a good look for you. So the headlines already read, amid Erica Jane's legal troubles, flaunting her wealth on Real Housewives may be a risky move. Risky indeed. Huh. Hey, Dante's back again with Richie Skye and the Skye Squad in Bowie. What's up, Dante's? You're right down the street. You are right down the street in that good Bowie. Come on now. Thank you for the super chat. That was it, Tasha Claire's. You better get that. Erica, you better go and get this Claire's jewelry, okay? Get this Claire's jewelry and stop putting on all these. What was the price tag on that? What was the price tag on it again? Oh yeah, it was a 20 carat necklace. We don't know what the price tag on it was, but we know it had to be something. You know what I'm saying? You better start rocking the Claire's, the rave, okay? Whatever the case may be. All I know is it want a good look. You know what I'm saying? Next week we get Garcelle. Oh, we got a new housewife in the mix. Her name is Crystal Minkoff. We got Kyle Rich's sister. What's that girl's name? Kathy Hilton. Okay, Kathy is a strange bird, but I like her. Crystal is giving me real posh, I'm looking down at you energy, which I don't mind it so far. I don't mind it so far because I feel like she coming across in a real way. Like that may be just her real life. But the jury's still out and we'll wait and see. Next week, the ladies head to Lake Tahoe and we'll get, Kyle and Garcelle having they sit down and we're going to see what comes of that. Okay. Let's move on along. Let's move on along, shall we? I think we shall. I want to touch on something that we talked about briefly yesterday. Yes, real Victoria Beckham like. That's what I was getting. Thank you. Okay, so I want to touch on something that we talked about yesterday. And in order to do so, I want to pull up a visual for you guys because I like to give you a visual. Now, yesterday we showed you guys the this snippet from the Peach Report Daily, but today I wanted to highlight my friends over at the Married to Medicine source. I love to just, show you guys where I get all of the information from that I like to collect for y'all, and so that we can talk about it. Thank you for the super chat, Devonna. I appreciate you. Okay, so listen, let's get on to it. So yesterday, I talked to you guys about the Married to Medicine reunion, okay? And I think I mistakenly said that it was yesterday because I was thinking yesterday was the 20th. I was sending out happy birthday messages for people that's birthdays are today. So in my haste to get this week over with, okay, I wanted to let you guys know that I needed to make a correction. The Married to Medicine reunion is filming as we speak, okay? It is filming as we speak. And as soon as we get a look at those, at what the ladies are wearing, we will definitely go through it on this channel. So as soon as we get those photos and videos, we're going to talk about it on this channel. But in the meantime, I also wanted to update you guys on this that Mariah Huq had said, yesterday. It was posted yesterday, at least. And a lot of people didn't see it. I was still getting tagged on it. And I wanted to just reiterate something that Mariah Huq had said about Married to Medicine. Thank you, Dantes Bryant, for that super chat. I appreciate you. Okay. So Mariah basically says this: it's brutal to watch my franchise go down in flames. Definitely not the vision I had. Hopefully the legal woes will be over soon and things can get back on track. Okay. Now, I don't know. I want to pick apart this statement for a second because when I talked about it, it was at the end of yesterday's video and I didn't really get a chance to go into it other than to say that Mariah is obviously still in the legal, in a legal tussle with this whole situation. Now, she says that it's brutal to watch my franchise go down in flames. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you feel like this season is that bad? Thank you, Carol, for the super chat. Love this early afternoon tea. Hey, thank you. Yes, Marcella, I want you to know that I'm using your the mug that you got for all of us. Thank you so much for that. I wanted you to see that. Thank you for that. I personally don't feel like this season is that bad. I'm enjoying the ride of it. I'm enjoying it because I don't really have any expectations of where it's supposed to go. And again, this is one of those casts where I love every single person on the cast, right? So I don't really feel like it's going down in flames. But what I do feel like, exactly, Kandi, I agree with you on this. It could be better, but it's fine. I don't feel like it's that bad. Now, would I like Mariah to come back on the show? Absolutely. I've said it time and time again. Luckily, we got a little taste of quad, but I feel like, at the end of the day, I feel like it's not that bad, okay? The other thing that I would say is that she says that she's hopeful that the legal woes will be over soon and things can get back on track. Now, I wanted to dissect that just a little bit. She says that she hopes that the legal woes will be over soon. So does that mean that they haven't come to any type of resolution in terms of, does she want a settlement in terms of like monetary settlement, or does she want to be back on the show in some capacity? Because it almost feels like, as I'm reading this, that the door could potentially be open to her coming back, or she might be open to coming back to the show. I really don't know, but it's interesting to me because we haven't gotten a word from, the other ladies on the cast about her. When asked about her, Toya said that obviously, they haven't spoken. Simone refused to give a comment at all. So what is it that has occurred here? I really want to know. And why is there this divide between her and the allies that she did have and herself? I don't know. Thank you, Elaine, for that super chat. Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like she wants to come back. And I definitely agree with you, Tanya. I do feel like she is one of the faces of this show, and I get that maybe some things have occurred behind the scenes that I don't know about, but I would definitely like to see her come back. I would, but that's just me. And I wanted to just give you guys this bit of information because maybe some people missed it because it was at the end of yesterday's live. So I wanted to come back and just update you guys on that. So let's move on to our next topic of conversation, okay? I told y'all we got a lot to cover today, and I ain't want to waste no time on it. I ain't want to waste no time. So let's get into it.
You know,
if you head on over to the Jasmine brand, you guys can find this clip running around the web. You know, Joseline was promoting her show on Entertainment Tonight, okay? And so Jasmine brand just happened to capture a clip, and I like the way they label the title. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, Wendy Williams tried to reach out to Joseline Hernandez after their on-air blow-up, and Joseline is completely uninterested, okay, in having any communication with her at this point in time. Now, to be quite honest with you, I don't know that I would have handled it this way. We had another super chat. Oh, we got a couple. Let me address these real quick before I dive further into Joseline. Brandon says DJ Richie is married to medicine now. You can join the show. We just need you to be messy. Oh no, thank you. I enjoy these shows as a spectator, but I am in fact married to medicine. So that does you got me there, Brandon. You got me there. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Bruce says, what's funny about the whole situation is that they still show her name as EP on each episode. So they may be still paying her for that, but not allowing her to actually executive produce the show. Bruce, this is a good observation right here. I hadn't even noticed that. I mean, particularly because when I'm watching the show, you know, I tune out when the credits come on. So I need to go back and see, like, that's fascinating right there. That's fascinating. I wonder what is going on with that. I mean, it's such an intricate topic that, you know, we've only seen, who else have we seen this happen to? Wasn't Nikki Gilbert? We'll get into that later. But thank you for the super chat, Bruce. Marcella, who says, Mariah Huck was too busy walking around saying she was the EP and leaving with empty pockets. Instead, she wants both. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Shots fired. Thank you, Marcella. Okay. A lot of people were offended by, you know, Mariah Huck's sort of queen bee attitude. So I feel like that possibly caused her some issues. You know, getting back to Joseline real quick, you know, Joseline said this on Entertainment Tonight. She said she was, you know, Wendy was very rude as a host. No matter who you are, you should still be respectful to the people that sit in front of you and speak to you and give you their story and their conversation, okay? Y'all remember they talked about how Wendy threw the flowers in Joseline's direction because Joseline was asking Wendy to give her flowers because, you know, Joseline basically was calling out Wendy for her lack of support for the Black and Latina women who come onto her show. So then she says this. She says, when she threw the flowers at me, when she was being real disrespectful and not acknowledging the fact that when Latinas and Black women sit on her couch, she's always going into annihilation. She don't give me my props for nothing that I do. Okay. And so then at that point, that's when she alleges that, you know, Wendy Williams had been trying to reach out to her, you know, behind the scenes, I guess maybe to, you know, sort of clear the air or whatnot. You know, to me, I kind of feel like obviously this is something that, you know, she was asked about during the interview, which is why she's speaking on it. But I kind of feel like, you know, to be quite honest with you, I feel like the beef ain't that deep. And I feel like if she had, if Wendy Williams was reaching out to her behind the scenes, obviously she probably wanted to clear the air. And I feel like that would have been an opportunity to, you know, heal the situation, because if Joseline's true intent is to get her flowers, then maybe, you know, what she said to Wendy, you know, woke Wendy up in a certain way to say, hey, you know what? I do want to acknowledge you. And I do want to, you know, make sure that we're cool behind the scenes. So I kind of feel like, you know, I wish that she would have, if Wendy was reaching out to her the way she says, I wish that she would have just picked up the phone or whatever, because I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that deep. But, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, these types of opportunities are promotional opportunities for Joseline to promote her shows. And obviously, Joseline is going to continue to be creating these shows and developing these shows, and not like she needs Wendy for nothing, But at the end of the day, it would still be nice to have that extra layer of promotion when she does premiere a new season. And if she's on Entertainment Tonight, obviously she's still doing something right. So to me, I just feel like Joseline, let it go. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? It was a good moment on TV. It was cute, but it's time to pack that beef up and move on. You know what I'm saying? Now, or just don't go back to her show. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what I really wanted to talk to y'all about, okay? Now, y'all know we talked about this yesterday. We just talked about it yesterday, and I feel like we manifested it. We've been talking about R&B divas on this show, and I told y'all, I said, if I was a producer on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'd go down and snatch up Keke Wyatt to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I'm like, we need that R&B divas type of energy back. Well, guess what, y'all? Carlos King is bringing us that go R&B divas energy, but in a new way, okay? He is giving us BET Presents the Encore. Let's get into that, okay? Let's get into it. Now, right here on the screen, what you guys see right now is the makings of the next big, bold R&B group that Carlos King is putting together. Let me tell you something. I am super excited. Now, who we have here, for those of you guys who don't know the history, let me give it to y'all. Let me give it to y'all real quick, because y'all, listen, I'm excited. I'm super excited about this. I'm pumped. We got Pam from Total, okay? We got Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane, okay? We got Nivea right there rocking the red. Is that red hair? I think it's red. It looks red to me. We got Keely Williams from 3LW. We got Shamari Devoe from Black and Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? Who else we got? We also got Lamisha and Irish from 702. And we got Fallon and Felicia from Cherish. Okay, so all of these ladies will be living in, I guess, I don't know if they're going to be living in the same space. Let me give you guys what is on the official sort of announcement about the situation, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys recall, but in order for me to really get into this, like I want to get into it, we got to take it back for a second, okay? We're going to take it all the way back, and I'm going to give you the background of how this whole thing first came to be. So let me pull up this clip for you guys real quick. Stand by. If anybody drops a super chat or anything like that, just give me 1 second to acknowledge it, because I want to go back to this moment right here. Now, you guys may recall last year, okay? This is That Grape Juice. Look them up online if you don't follow them. I've been following them for years, okay? Now, they had posted this unseen dramatic footage of a pilot starring Farrah Franklin, who was in Destiny's Child for about 1-2 seconds, okay? She was in the Say My Name video, and she was also in the Jumpin' video before she was, kicked to the curb or whatever. And then we got us in that same scene was Keely Williams, okay? Now, this was for a pilot, and at the time, it says that just one episode was filmed. Now, I don't know if y'all recall this moment, but it birthed this whole thing right here, and I just... giving us her best rendition of Say My Name, okay? Now, for me, I'm wondering why Farrah's not a part of this, right? I'm wondering why she's not a part of this. So apparently this pilot had, when it started making the rounds, it was being pitched and all this sort of things like that. But let me give you guys extra details on this situation, okay? Now, this show is going to come out on BET. It's set for June 9th. It's going to be a 10-episode season that will unite all of these names from notable 90s and 2000s groups as well as soloists. Now, they are going to be given 30 days to record an album at a home studio, hone their vocals, and learn intricate choreography, okay? Now, here's what Carlos King said. He said, I felt like girl groups never got their just due, okay? Then he also says, And I, as a content creator, wanted to educate the masses on who I feel are the forgotten sisters of music. I wanted to pay homage to that industry and really give these women an opportunity to share their stories and their struggles. He says, I'm super proud of this show. It's a love letter to girl groups. It's a love letter to this genre that I feel like has always been super underrepresented. And I truly hope with the success of this show, it reignites the record labels to invest more in girl groups. I definitely think there's an appetite for that. Now, Tiffany Leah Williams, who is BET's Executive Vice President of Unscripted Programming, said this. She says, fueled with passion and drive, the leading ladies of BET's Presents the Encore prove that lightning can absolutely strike twice. And we can't wait to share the next phase of their journey with our viewers. This series will bring fans behind the scenes in the music making process, okay? Reconnect them with some of their favorite chart-topping singers and deliver unforgettable stories from celebrities that they love. And I also got I had a photo of another moment from the show I want to share with you guys real quick. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull that up. And while I'm doing that, I want to address the comments. Let me see what I can see. Oh, we got a super chat from Jojo Aya. Thank you so much. We got another one from Nema Die, who says, wasn't R&B Divas Todd's show? I did enjoy it and the concept, but we need Carlos King back as a showrunner on Real Housewives of Atlanta because he was the best producer and the show has been off since his departure. For some reason, I thought it was Carlos King and Todd, but I don't remember. And I apologize if I'm getting that wrong, y'all. Give me 1 second. I want to pull up this. Dang it. There was another image that I wanted to pull up for you guys that shows the ladies all working together. But what I do want to say is this. I do agree. It would be nice to have Carlos King back at the helm of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But in the meantime, I'm definitely willing to take whatever else he's given us. Okay, here's another shot of the ladies all working together. As you guys can see in the photo here is Shamari. We can see Aubrey O'Day. We can also see Keely Williams. I think that's Nivea right there. That's one of the Cherished sisters right there. I can't even honestly tell y'all, I'm like super excited about this show. I cannot wait to watch. It is going to definitely be my new guilty pleasure. I just can't even, I can barely contain myself at this moment. I really can't. I can barely contain myself because for me, again, I'm a fan of R&B divas. I'm a fan of girl groups like this. And I feel like there's not enough representation of girl groups. Now, I'm wondering how they're going to do it I'm wondering how they're going to do it I'm wondering how they're going to do it with 9 people. Yes, they did. That's what I thought. They did produce shows together. Maybe it was just Hollywood divas and not R&B divas. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm mixing those two up. But both of those shows excited me. Hollywood divas, R&B divas, all of them. I'll take them all. When will it premiere? It will premiere on June 9th on BET. So this is literally right around the corner, y'all. This is literally right around the corner. Yes, Keely is all about the mess, and I cannot wait for it, okay? I cannot wait. Now, I got a question for y'all in the chatterization. Thank you, Elaine, for the super chat. We love you, boo. I got a question for y'all in the chatterization. I'm about to jump on here, and this is a very serious question that we must answer right now, okay? Now, with all the names involved, I need to know, it's going to be 9 singers. Who got lead singer? Okay. Let's say you got 9 singers. I can take about 3 leads for real. Now, when you look at groups like there's the group BTS, they got like 7 members, 7 guys in that group. They all sing like a little part here and there. So this can definitely work to a certain degree, but I I got a question. I feel like we need at least 3 ladies to step up and do the lead. Now, I've been thinking about this all morning. I have. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. And I'm gonna tell you, who I narrowed it down to. And it's gonna be tough, y'all. It's gonna be tough. Okay. And we're gonna work through it. Right. I see what y'all know what y'all on it. I see these. Hold on. Okay. Y'all got me excited. I'm hype about this one. Hold on. It's hard. So I gotta choose my girl SHAMARI. Let me tell you, SHAMARI got out of this group. I feel like she definitely has the vocals to do like those major runs, right? She got those vocals on lock. Now, to me, I'm also going to go with this is hard, y'all. This is very hard. But I'm also gonna say Nivea. Okay. Nivea got these vocals that are just so pristine and clear. And I just feel like, especially on a mid-tempo, you got to feature that Nivea. Because what I did was I went back and listened. I was listening to all these ladies' music, right? So I said, okay. I went back to Nivea and I went back to Laundromat. Y'all remember that? I went back to Laundromat, okay? And I said, you know what? That's it. She gotta do one of those mid-tempo numbers, right? She gotta take the lead on that. So let me tell y'all who else. And y'all might debate me on this one, right? Pam from Total. Let me tell you why. Okay, so I went back and I'm listening to Total, right? And the reason why I feel like she was one of the leads, I mean, she was really kind of the lead in that group, but I felt like there was another girl that had the second lead. I cannot remember her name. Keisha. I think it was Keisha. Okay. But Pam, to me, had this real distinct voice that you cannot mistake anywhere else. It ain't like nobody else's voice. It really ain't. It's just so, it's got this swag about it that I feel like you need to have it on. It reminds me of, it's different from T-Boz, but it makes me think of why I remember T-Boz's vocals, right? It's so distinct and it's so street. You know what I'm saying? So then I got another one, okay? Now this is going to be an alternate, okay? And y'all just follow me on this one. Aubrey. If you go back and you listen to Danity Kane, right? Aubrey got a good vocal. She got a good vocal. And I feel like it would work with Pam's street vocal, and you mix the two of them together. I would definitely put them together in a song. And I feel like those vocals, Shamia, Nivea, Pam, and Aubrey, I feel like that's when you got the right mix of the vocals, right? Now, here's my other thing. This is no disrespect to any of the other ladies, but when I went back to listen to Cherish, what I discovered was, as I was going back through my remembrance of Cherish, and I started reading about the sisters, Fallon and Felicia. They have written a lot of music in the past decade, right? In the past couple of years, actually, some hits. So what I thought to myself was, you need to get Felicia and Fallon to write the music, right? Because even when I went back and I listened to, I guess with Cherish, it was so difficult for me to distinguish who was singing in that group. So that's why neither one of them really stand out, but they all sounded amazing, right? They all sounded amazing. So they can write, put the two of them writing. Then you got Lamisha and Irish from 702. Now, it's unfortunate that when you hear 702, you mostly hear Camila. It was Camila, right? Yes, they wrote Peaches for Justin Bieber. Yep, I think one of them did. Okay, you got Lamisha and Irish. It's hard to tell. I feel like they kind of giving me background harmonies type situation, and it's no disrespect. It only is because we so used to hearing Camila in 702, right? So we got to figure out how that's going to work. And Kylie, her voice is a little on the softer side, so I don't know how she would work, but she got a look. So I feel like I don't really know. I would need to hear her and I tried to refresh my vocals, hearing who can do what, you know, when I was going back through the music, right? Oh, somebody said Kylie can rap. Okay. I'm so mad at you, Lachey. And then who else does that leave? I think we touched on everybody, right? Let me see. We touched on everybody. We got all of them. Yep. Now, let me tell you who's going to bring the drama, in my opinion. In my opinion, the drama is going to be brought by Kylie and Aubrey. Okay? Because Aubrey tends to bring the drama in most of the shows that she's in. And I feel like Kylie, based on that preview that we saw from the last time, we might get some drama from her with some of the other girls, right? But the stories, the interesting backstories that I can't wait to see more of are Nivea's and Pam's. I'm interested in seeing what their backstory is. I'm really interested in that. So this is going to be a good show, y'all. We're going to cover it here at the channel. I'm excited about it. I cannot wait. I think it's going to be super dope. I'm not necessarily expecting it to be dramatic, but I definitely want to see what they come up with, and I want to root for them. And what I want is BET. Y'all need to promote them. You know, when they did Chasing Destiny with Kelly Rowland and June's Diary, I felt like what we did not get was adequate promotion from BET with regards to the group and giving them a second season and following their journeys, kind of how they did with Making the Band, which helped Making the Band more successful. They're going to need to follow these ladies for a couple of seasons to see who is going to shake out and who can really make this group stand. You know what I'm saying? Because if what we're seeing here is supposed to be that they've already come out with an album. So we got to see how that pans out. And you know, everybody not going to make it. As much as I want to see, as much as I would love to see it, everybody is not going to make it in this group. Everybody not going to make it. They're not. Okay. But we'll wait and see how that shakes out. Listen, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be covering it all. You know what I'm saying? I'll be doing more mini recaps like what we did today with Beverly Hills. I like those for shows that people aren't necessarily as big on yet. We'll do more mini recaps and stuff like that because I felt like that was cool how we did the highlights for that. I felt like y'all got into that. We'll see how things shake out with this girl group, and as we get more information. Oh, the trailer is out for that show. If you haven't seen it yet, I believe go to Carlos King's Instagram page and you guys can see it there. With that being said, y'all, I will catch you guys in the next video.